So are we getting another Doom or Quake game? Because after everything we heard about id Software this week, that sounded almost impossible. But now, I'm not so sure. Because I'm sorry, this never really made any sense to me. You tell us that you will be focusing on key franchises including Doom and Quake going forward, and you got the studio that made them? All of this just felt really off to me. This whole saga started last week when news started to break that more than 50% of the workforce was laid off, with tech team being affected the most. In fact, many of these so-called journalists were also claiming that id Tech is almost certainly dead and there is just one person left on the engine team. I was wondering what happened. First of all, layoffs are terrible. No one is denying that, man. Especially to a legendary developer like id, I mean, it's terrible. But when I saw this, I thought we must wait for more context because this directly contradicts some of the things that Asha Sharma has said in the past or has been hinting over the past 3 months. So what happened? So Jez today came out with a report that really clarifies the situation, and he reports the cuts to id Software have hit the teams that develop id Tech hard, with decades of expertise wiped out overnight. But rumors that there's now virtually nobody working on the engine are false. Sources tell me that there remains a solid stack of expertise for id Tech across id Software itself and machine games. I'm told Microsoft also has no plans to shift either studio forcibly to Unreal Engine, which seems to have become the default for Microsoft and many other core game makers. Microsoft provided us this statement on this topic. There are dozens of people working on id Tech across multiple locations. Reports that there's only one person left in Texas are inaccurate. Jez also goes on to say, in my view, Microsoft would have to be miserably short-sighted to deprecate id Tech. Handing even more power to Unreal Engine opens them up to monopolistic price increases down the line, which would be fiscally irresponsible. Xbox CEO Ash Sharma herself said in her memo to staff that she wants Microsoft to rely less on vendors for things like this. As such, I would argue Microsoft should invest more in id Tech, not less. Now, running an in-house engine is expensive. I agree, guys. I agree. But you don't get rid of something as good as id Tech, especially when you have so many incredible games that already use this engine, such as Wolfenstein and Indiana Jones. And we know new Wolfenstein game and Indiana Jones game is in the works that is being developed on id. But we also have to remember, guys, Call of Duty engine is also a variant for id Tech. So that could be one option she could be looking at. But I'm still very certain that she will not get rid of something that good when she wants to reduce the vendor spend eventually. So I just don't think that just made no sense to me, and especially when you're telling us repeatedly that you will be focusing on key franchises like Doom, Quake, Halo, Gears. So I was not buying it, and that's why I waited before I did this video and get more context. And I think this report and Microsoft spokesperson also clarifies a lot of things. But that's not just it, guys. Finally, some good news. Banjo Bros, there might be a new Banjo game in the works very soon. Banjo-Kazooie seems to be the next on studio's hit list. They said that on a kind of funny interview recently. It's a franchise we love, said the associate creative director. As platformer fans, Banjo's top of the heap. We have some huge fans of the franchise on our staff. And I'm talking about they've got the Jiggy as their profile pic and that kind of thing. So if the opportunity ever arose, that'd be amazing. We love the franchise. Studio head Paul Yan echoed this sentiment. If you look at the through line of the types of games that we like to make, I imagine that that's part of the staple as well. Those characters I think you described as nostalgic. That's one way of looking at it, but I think of them as timeless. I think the types of games we want to produce are ones that speak to a timeless place in the player, as well as an ageless one. We call it the inner child, right? So I think they're wonderful games and we are huge fans. Now, Andy Robertson from VGC further followed up and said, this is more than chatter, by the way. Meetings took place. However, who knows whether anything moved forward. or has any chance considering the current state of Xbox. Now, I understand the importance of mascot, but I really doubt Microsoft understands this. This is their shortcoming, and I've always felt that. Look at PlayStation with Astrobot. They know it's not a system seller, but I still see that little bot marketing all over the Champions League and everywhere else as well. Xbox needs a mascot, guys. They really do. It cannot just be Master Chief. They have so many IPs. It's not just Banjo. They have Blinks as well. But Banjo could be perfect in that. It has so much legacy on the Xbox platform. And Asha has told us that she will be focusing on bangers, but they will need diversity, and that's where third-party deals come through. And she has confirmed this. They will be looking at third-party exclusive deals, and I think this is where Toys for Bob comes in. Just after, once they're done with Spyro, I firmly believe their next game, if the meetings have taken place with the current leadership, whenever Asha doesn't waste her time, man. If there has been meetings, for this specifically, I do believe once they have shipped Spyro, the next game will be Banjo from them. That's my belief. I'll see you on the next one, guys.